Yeah, Juliana.
Bonsoir. 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 Bonsoir, bonsoir, bonsoir.
This is Juliana. Following the recent earthquake in Haiti, she is an orphan. For 3 months she has been in hospital, awaiting further treatment. Almost every day her cousin Stanley visits her. During the earthquake, Juliana became trapped under the rubble with her mother. For days they were stuck without food or water. When they were rescued, Juliana and her mother Paula became symbols of hope. Their rescue was hailed as a miracle by the Dutch team that discovered them.
Even wachten. Very good, Paolo. Very good. Very good.
This is truly a miracle to find both the mother and the little one. It's really great.
The Dutch, they didn't know us. They just come to help us, and they did it. And all the sense of the word, they did it.
But shortly after the rescue, the story took a dramatic turn. In a Russian emergency hospital, Paula and Juliana were found to have blood poisoning due to the weight of rubble on their limbs. Diseased parts were cut away from Juliana's leg. Paula's leg was amputated, yet Paula remained optimistic. I am sad for the many dead, but I am blessed because God has saved me. The next day, however, her other leg was amputated. Paula became scared. She asked Stanley to call her only sister in Canada for help.
He exactly said, oh, I'm bad, I feel bad, I'm stressed, and please take care of my children.
Shortly after that phone call, Paula died. Juliana and her brother and sister are now orphans.
When they told me that Paula died, I cried like a girl, because she left after 2 children. They got nothing.
On the day of the funeral, the Russians break up their camp and head home. Stanley took Juliana under his wing. They embarked on an unknown future, and so we took our leave in mid-January. Three months later, in mid-April, we returned to see how they were doing. Stanley reports that Juliana was quickly re-hospitalized.
Because she's too young to lose the leg.
After Stanley picked her up from the Russian emergency hospital, she developed a new infection. By the time she returned to hospital, amputation of her leg seemed inevitable. But Stanley protested, and so a Swiss doctor chose another emergency procedure. Consequently, Juliana still has her leg. Yet a new operation in a specialised hospital is urgently needed. Without surgery, Juliana will become permanently disabled. And then there's the psychological trauma.
Inside of her dream, you can hear her screaming, "Mother, mother, mother." And when she wakes up, she's crying and continue to ask, "Where's my mother? I need my mother."
It was in this street 3 months ago that Dutch rescuers pulled Paula and Juliana from the rubble. Half of this neighbourhood died in the disaster. Local residents in yellow shirts now earn $3 per day clearing the debris. It is just enough to buy themselves some beer. With many corpses still being found under the rubble, there is little place for sensitivity here. A few weeks after the earthquake, Paula's sister, Alexandra, came over from Canada to care for her orphan nieces and nephew. It was along here they pulled her out, and there was Paula. Alexandra has but one mission: to take the children as quickly as possible back to Canada. So far, she has had no success. She is becoming desperate. I came here and wanted to stay a week. Now I have been here almost 3 months and I still have not achieved anything. Tell me, what should I do? What can I do with my nephews and nieces? I run from here to there. We do not have a house. Haiti is dead. There is nothing more here.
Ça, les sandales pour là. Alexandra, c'est pas qui tu sais faire.
In a few days' time, the excavators will have cleared the entire district. Alexandra and Stanley search for Paula's belongings.
Pour Paula. Côté Journeyman.
I would like to tell her I love her and I miss her so much. I do not know how I can cope with her children. She always knew sweet nothings to say to them. We're all devastated. I have no words. Port-au-Prince is turned into a refugee camp. There is little sympathy for the traumatised. Blue helmets do not dare to delve too deeply into the camps, afraid of kidnappings. In the camp, abuse, theft, and exchanging sex for a little food is all too common.
Before the earthquake, in Haiti, life was difficult, and I mean it. Very, very, very difficult. And after the earthquake, life is impossible.
Stanley still lives in the tent he occupied in January. It's rainy season, and almost every night water comes pouring in.
If we don't got the blocks, we will get water on the bed.
Stanley wants to get out of Haiti and go along with Juliana and the others to Canada. He is trying to organise the necessary papers. But what if the children can get away and he can't?
If I had to choose between me and the children, of course I will choose the children. Because me, I don't say that things are going to be easy for me. I know that things are hard, but for the children, I need the best for them. And I know that that's the best thing for them.
For now, the more immediate concern is for Juliana's health. After her last bout of surgery, her dressings have not been changed regularly. At night, Juliana's fever soars.
Here, the doctor laid a dirty thing on the leg. It could get infections. And this side, it's open.
Stanley can wait no longer and takes Juliana to a US medical post elsewhere on the site, where her dressings can be changed. The day also consists of waiting for the weekly visit from the Haitian doctor, but he never appears. In the afternoon, one of the American doctors appears. She wants to see Juliana's medical record and speaks with the nurse.
Well, I would like to know why he did nothing for the Juliana's leg.
When does the doctor come? Just to make sure, does the doctor come here every day?
You said that he was there today. I didn't see him.
Alexandra is stuck. She wants to take the children away from here. The problem is that they do not have the correct papers, and in recent months they have come nowhere near completion. She decides to get a lawyer involved to provide the missing documents. Alexandra and Stanley pay the man a fortune, and yet he can do what normally takes weeks through the courts. Stanley looks on from a distance. Tomorrow will show whether the lawyer was worth the money. The next day, the neighbourhood where Paula's house once was is razed to the ground. Nothing of their previous life remains here. A mother now hopes to find the bodies of her 2 children. They have been lying somewhere under the house for months. A corpse has been found. It is the task of surviving families to deal with the body. In the afternoon, the lawyer and the court officer take to the street. They have brought something, the missing documents. It may be that Juliana and her brother and sister can escape Haiti. Stanley is thrilled, even if the cost has been high. There is more good news. An American surgeon who is in Haiti for a few days wants to look at Juliana's leg. The man is at a hospital a half-hour drive away. For the first time in several months, she is being seen by a specialist.
But what I know, every night she got fevers. I don't know if it from that.
Is this dry? Is this dry or is this wet?
Sometimes here, we got some water here. On this
Right
side,
there, it's a little
and
wet
there as
still.
well.
It's almost completely healed up on the surface, on the skin. But you don't know what's going on underneath the skin. And if it shows that there's an infection, then the infection can be treated with a combination of antibiotics and some surgery. But certainly, you can save her leg. She's not going to lose her leg. The best thing for her is to start the treatment as soon as you can.
That's the reason why the aunt came to try to take her and go in Canada to make everything with her.
Start treatment as soon as possible.
There is still hope for Juliana's legs, but they must go quickly to a specialist hospital. Stanley and Alexandra are confident. They have every paper required to present at the Canadian embassy.
Bonjour.
But when they get there, it is different from they expected. The embassy has been flooded with visa applications in recent months. Alexandra and Stanley are stranded at the gate.
She said that it's impossible to get the visa here. We're supposed to go to the Dominican Republic or to come back here in May or June.
They don't have the money to travel to the Dominican Republic. In desperation, they ask anyone they can if they will help them. It is all in vain.